Ladies and gentlemen, it is once again breakout time. Breakout Boxing. BUSHIDO is going down May 17th, 2025. The big year for Breakout Boxing, year two. We are here with main card and Little Joey. This is a fight that people have been waiting for a long time, but the people have been waiting for a long time, but I think that they have been waiting even longer. They are waiting at the chance to punch each other in the face. But today we are here for the face-to-face, May 17th, Baltimore, Maryland. You can get your tickets and watch this live. What's up, gentlemen? How are we doing today? We're on Breakout Boxing. A lot of people thought that we wouldn't see John fight here for a while. A lot of people never would expect little Joey to come and fight for Breakout, but it seems like things are ever changing in the SCB scene, and we are here. So what's up, guys? How we doing? I'll let you guys talk to each other and talk about how you guys are feeling about this fight finally going down on Breakout Boxing.
Bro, respect to John for letting me go. Thanks. But it's going down. This was supposed to go down on CFL, and it's going down on the only place that it should have gone down. The only place, the home of SCB Breakout Boxing. So I'm hyped. I know John's hyped. I know he's working hard. But I think we've been waiting so long for this fight that I'm just ready to get in there.
Well, all right, John, how you feeling, man?
I am doing fantastic, Patrick Typlusion. Most importantly, how are you doing? The CEO of everything. I appreciate you putting this on. Thank you to Breakout, Lesnar Gomez, Pat. Thank you guys for putting this fight on. I feel like this was the rightful place to have it happen on. This is the right platform, and I think that's one thing me and Little Joey can agree on is that it was supposed to be here, the home of SCB, and yeah, I'm glad it's finally happened. May 17th. Make sure you tune in.
100%. 100%, dude.
Well, all right, we'll jump right into it. Both you gentlemen are coming for a redemption fight. Not only a redemption for like fighting, because obviously, Little Joey, this will be your first fight. We're gonna kick it off with you. However, you have had some issues with the past getting to fights, whether that was whatever it was. That is not the case anymore because it seems like you have dedicated yourself to a fitness journey. It seems like you've grown a lot in the scene, and it's good to have you here. So, how are you feeling about the pressure going into this fight? Because even though this fight, isn't for a title, it isn't for anything like that. This is for the redemption of one's soul, for thyself. So, how are you feeling about that? And what is your motivation going into this fight with so much pressure going into it?
Well, obviously, it's a redemption. I'm glad you brought that up. It's a very different kind of redemption, and I think that with everything going on in the scene, we need a little bit of redemption, whether it's me or John. But I've just been working hard. Fitness journey. It's never gonna be an endless. It's never gonna have an end. So I'm always gonna be working towards it. But it's definitely helped with cardio, preparing for this fight. I'm just ready to prove to myself and all my homies that I'm ready to fight and I'm ready to have my debut.
To my homies.
Absolutely, man. It's obviously it's good to have you here, John. As
Yes, sir.
the heavyweight champion would say, let's talk about it. So,
Is there a bee in your room?
What? Hold on. Sorry, people. This just happened. Okay, we're just gonna go. 3, 2, 1. All right, Joey. Obviously, it's good to have you here, man. It's good to have you here, John. Let's talk about it as the
Mr.
heavyweight
CEO.
champion, DDK says. All right. Obviously, last time you were on a breakout boxing card as a fighter, it did not go your way, and you were not able to get out of the first round. That's okay because we are here for redemption. So, how are you
Absolutely.
feeling with the pressure going into this fight? Obviously, I feel like there are some people in the community that have some opinions on you based on the fact that both of you guys didn't really make it to CFL. However, again, this is a redemption fight to actually get the fight through, to make it to the ring, and to redeem oneself. So, how are you feeling about that aspect and the pressure going into this fight, even though there's no title on the line? there's no serious stakes. You don't really know what's going to happen after this. This really seems like a big what if fight when it comes to the outcome for both of you. So, talk about that.
Yeah, as far as what you said, as far as the pressure, I don't really feel any pressure. I mean, I'm stepping in the ring with little Joey, and no disrespect to him, as much as that's a lot different than my past opponent. My past opponent had it was not in my weight division that I was supposed to be in. He was very skilled. He has a big future in this scene. We've all seen that from the CFL fight that he had after, and congratulations to him. I'm very happy. I'm very honored to be the first person to share the ring with him. So there's really no pressure as far as that. I don't really take a lot of words from people that say on Twitter or this and that. The only opinion really that matters is my family and my close friends. So, and I know those people know what I'm going to do to little Joey in there. I've seen some comments of how people feel about me. I've seen it. I think it's because I didn't redeem myself sooner, and I've seen me getting mentioned in the same conversation as little Joey as a pullout merchant, which little Joey is, right? We know that, but it was only one fight, so I feel like a merchant does it kind of on a regular basis.
Can someone explain that term to me? Pull out merchants are like aren't merchants like sellers? Like you're telling me I sell pullouts like that? I've never understood that term. Never.
Well, it is a term.
But anyway, continue.
Yeah. Okay. So whether we like the term or not, I mean, we all can assume what it means. It means you pull out a lot. Yeah, there was assumptions that this fight was supposed to happen more than once. Me and little Joey can confirm right here, and I'm sure he can agree to it. It was only scheduled once. As much shit as I talked on Twitter and how much I wanted this fight on other platforms before, it never was scheduled. There was no negotiations for such. So it's only been once, and of course, all respect to Joey for being the person that he was and being a big man and actually understanding that some things can happen before fights. But now that we have it, he had some words to say. I was being very nice, very quiet, and he had some words to say. So now that we're here, now I have an excuse to beat this motherfucker's ass again.
Well, all right. Listen, that was an absolute monologue. Maybe it would belong in the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but we're talking about the Breakout Universe right now. Let's talk about your guys' relationship because it's pretty well documented that you guys do not like each other. Lil Joey, we're going to start with you. Obviously, things were a little silent for a while, but you kind of kicked things off. You've had a lot to say about John. How about you tell the people right now the basis of what you're saying on those videos because you've had a lot to say about him, what he's had to say about you. So now's your chance to actually tell everyone your relationship to John Maincard and what it's
Yeah.
all about.
Yeah, so obviously he's made some videos. I've made some videos and responded. Um, I just felt like our promotion, the build up to this fight, at least for the build up to Breakout, it's just been very lackluster. And so I thought I'd kick it into high gear a little bit and start pushing it a little more, which I think also helped John kind of ramp it up too. I think we saw both of us kind of start to ramp it up and put on what true promotion is. But at the end of the day, man's talking about my ex-girl, man's talking about this poll thing, and honestly, if you want to watch that poll video on your own time, go ahead, John, but like, dude, you're posting it all the time. Everyone has, think of the consequences that everybody else has to see that. Everyone else has to see that.
I just
Hey,
never been
dude,
on a stripper pole. I just think it's interesting.
that's fine, but it's
I
like
just
you're
thought it was
watching it
interesting.
all the time.
No, it's
All
not. I
the
mean, if I
time.
post it, doesn't mean I'm watching it. But
Dude,
I'm
I
just,
don't
I'm just letting
know.
all the people know what you are, which was a stripper bitch.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Is that Mama Dick energy?
But anyway, we went into, a back and forth and he had this little he had a very good promo video and then he had like a follow-up one that was like no editing, very boring. I think I watched half of it maybe, but it is what it is. I think, John didn't show much in his first fight and hopefully most likely it's gonna be the same way. So, yeah, I think it's probably only gonna go 2 rounds at most, and it's gonna be a stoppage.
Well, all right, John. Listen, obviously, you've said a lot about Little Joey online. You've said a lot about his personal life. He's also said a lot about you. So it's time to talk about your relationship to Little Joey. How do you feel about this man that you're going to punch in the face on May 17th?
Yeah, repeatedly. Hopefully, if he doesn't pull out before that. Yeah,
You pulled out the last
I'm
fight.
really
You pulled
kill the
out the last
man.
fight. Just bringing
Just
that
count your
up.
ones from the
Just
club
bring,
today.
just
Just
bringing
count
that
your earnings
up.
today from. Just count your earnings
Just,
from the strip club today. Do that while I'm
just bringing
talking.
that up. Just
Count
bringing
your
that
ones
up.
from the strip
Just
club.
bringing that up.
Count your ones. Count your ones.
It's,
Anyways, so what I
when's the
was
last
saying
time
is
you
with
went to a
the
strip club with a kitchen?
a
With a
kitchen. What are
kitchen.
you
There was
talking
a
about?
kitchen in that video. There's a whole
What?
ass kitchen in that
No,
video.
but
I
you were
haven't worked out at no
practicing.
club.
You were
I don't
practicing.
work at no club.
You
I don't work
practicing.
at no club. I don't know what you
Why are you
talking
putting on that
about.
accent? Like, I ain't working at no club. I don't know where gonna go. Shut up.
I'm pulling
Shut
that
up. You're
Kamala.
corny. Shut
I'm pulling
up.
that Kamala. That's what I'm
Shut up.
doing.
Shut up. Shut up. Anyways, Pat, as I was saying, um, yeah, little Joey, he was fine. I thought it would be a good fight after the fact. Honestly, it was kind of like it was honestly a cherry pick for me because I think I know I know what I can do to little Joey. I think he's put on a front like he's been training, but all he's been doing is putting on a fucking Party City Scream costume and hitting the bag, which I could never do in my entire life as a grown man. Um, I think it's fun. I think this promotion would have been fun, which we're doing right now. I think it was a good opportunity for that. And like you said, it was a redemption thing for both of us, whether it be the fight or whether that he actually shows up to a fight. So I think that's interesting for the both of us. Um, Before the CFL fight, I feel like we were doing really, really well. I had my opinions on Joey because I feel like he's a little twerp and he takes the scene for granted. And I think the only reason why he wanted to take a fight and he actually accepted is because he wants the acceptance from everyone else. He doesn't want anyone on Twitter thinking he's a little bitch. So I think that's why he took this fight. Um, but yeah, I was all chill before after the fight got announced, and then after that, he made some comments about my knockout, and I don't take too kindly to that. So if I don't take too kindly to that, that's what happens. So I can't wait to put my hands on this dude, and it's gonna be fucking mad.
Pause.
And
Pause, bro.
no, that's just you because you
Pause,
work on a
bro.
no, you just work
Pause,
you
bro.
just work on a stripper pole,
Pause.
so you think
Pause.
that
Pause.
way.
Pause. 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 Also, who says twerp anymore? It's 2025, bro. It's 2025. Twerp? Twerp? Are you?
Good one, good
No.
one.
I mean, bro. Just a little better. Just a little better. That's all I'm asking for.
Well, all right,
Go ahead,
gentlemen.
Pat.
I have a couple more questions for you guys because obviously a lot of you people have been very judgmental of your boxing ability. So let's talk about training camp. John, we're going to kick it off with you. So what has your training camp consisted of, and what can you tell us right now on what you're doing to defeat little Joey on May 17th?
So one thing for sure was dropping the weight. We couldn't get really any higher than what we did, and that's fine. So really, it's a lot of running. I just bought a sauna suit when we accepted the fight, so I've been doing a lot of that. A lot of shadow boxing and on the bag. Just doing that on my own time. I haven't been doing that in the early mornings, which is fine, but kind of pisses me off because I don't want to drop this amount of weight, but I have to. So that is a little bit of an attribute going in this fight. Been trying to go to the gym. I've been once during this fight camp, just because finances. It's hard to get into a gym and everything like that, but self training can be just as important as that. So getting in the gym more for especially these last 30 odd days, 40 odd days, we'll get in the gym a lot more. I've been doing a lot behind the scenes after the breakout fight, so I'm definitely not the same that I was then, and I definitely won't be the same as I am today. I'll be a lot better, and I'll be ready to stop little Joey in there for sure.
Well, all right, little Joey, we're going to flip that question over to you. What have you been doing for training camp, and what have you been doing to win this fight?
That's why I think, John brought up in one of his videos that he didn't like how this fight was being called a 50-50 fight. And I think why I believe it's a 50-50 fight is I feel like we're having almost a very similar, training regimen. Like I can't get into the gym every single day of the week or 5 days out of the week. So I go when I can and I do as much training as possible at home. So it's a lot of cardio, it's a lot of bag work. I have been able to get in a few sparring sessions, but it's been nothing, too crazy. Just, staying sharp and trying to sharpen the tools for May 17th.
All right, listen, it's SCB, gentlemen. It's your first fight, so no judgmenting on the home training. Obviously, there's some people behind the scenes you can work with as well. I know there's some people that you guys are working with. So, yeah, this fight seems to be heating up and ramping up, but the overall goal is not really known outside of fighting. So, Lil Joey, I'm going to ask this question to you because you were pretty vocal about it in the last build up to the last CFL event. What is your goal for this fight? And what happens after?
I'm
Because
I'm glad you asked that, Patrick. I
absolutely.
am because it's changed since the last time we all talked. Because it's originally this was gonna be a one and done fight. I was gonna be done after this, but I think it's only right with the track record I have to make every fight that didn't happen. So we're making John happen first because this has been we just had it scheduled for CFL, so we're making this happen first. Then I want Camden, then I want AJ, then I want to keep building it up. I want to take Augustin Seal, and then I want to go to the last fight would be Grimbus, and I think that would just be so. That's the goal. That's the new goal. That's going to be the set goal, and I'm not going to stop until that's done. That I feel is the right path.
So it seems like you are here to right the wrongs. It seems like you have a set path. You have certain amount of people that you want to do that not that hold on. You have a certain there pause,
Oh,
okay,
pause.
okay.
Ha!
I'm gonna just throw that in there, all right. That was me, all right, okay.
Ha!
Sometimes the host can slip up a little bit, all right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay, it's okay, all right. But little Joey, I like that answer a lot because things do change. It's ever changing in SCB, and it seems like that you have a set path. You have a mission that you want to conquer, and that is very admirable. So it seems that we're going to be getting little Joey the boxer, which is pretty interesting. So that's
And
something.
obviously, I do want to say this too. I'm not overlooking John. Like, obviously, that is the goal. Like after this fight, but the goal right now is just strictly John. It's to beat John and train as hard as I can for this fight. Once the fight's over, that's when we can start looking at those options. But right now, it's Lil Joey versus the main card, May 17th, Breakout Boxing.
So what happens when you lose?
I
Are those
still
fights out the
fight.
window?
No, I still
You
fight.
still fight?
I still fight.
All right.
You're still fighting. You lost and you're still fighting, right? So
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you know,
hold
it takes a
on,
lot.
John, hold on a second.
Zay
Takes a
lost
lot. It
twice.
takes a lot for you to get to the ring, though.
Zay lost twice, and he's still fighting.
Yeah, I don't know with you.
Grimbus
Everyone's
lost
different. Of course, like
twice,
I
still
just don't know with you.
fighting.
It's different with people, you know. It's just, and with you, I don't think you would.
I mean, you were also the podcaster and commentator. So if we're really gonna go that route, I was also a podcaster. If you're gonna talk about
Would
my
I call that a
mentality,
podcast? Would I
if we're
call that
gonna
a
talk
podcast?
it, hey, at least I don't need a co-host, buddy. At least I don't
Hey,
need a
man, that's
co-host.
fine. Hey, that's fine.
It
But your
looks like
content
it looks
shows
like
you
the views
should get
have
a co-host.
tanked. It looks like the views have tanked.
You should get
I
a
don't. I don't
co-host.
need to. That's the thing. I don't need to rely on just the
I'm not relying on
podcast. I do. I
anybody.
do.
It's
You.
me and
You
Ray.
know.
It's
You
a
just do the
collaboration. I know
podcast.
you don't got many friends,
I
but
rely on
I know you
overall
don't got.
content. I
I
have
know
a
you don't got many friends, so you know what a collaboration is. But
diverse content. So
okay,
you know,
birth content. Well, I'm gonna
diverse
take
content.
energy.
Well, John, listen, I didn't mean to try to cut in there. You guys had a little bit of back and forth, so my apologies. However, I was going to ask you the same question. What happens in this fight? Okay. What is the goal for this fight? Because we know that winning is the goal. But what happens if you win? What happens if you lose? What happens if it's a draw? Like, what if? You know what I mean? So, what is your overall goal going into this fight? And however it goes, will you continue boxing in the SEB scene?
Um, for this fight, I don't think there's really a lot of what ifs. There's a lot of what is, and what is that I'm going to win against Little Joey. I work harder than Little Joey. I'm bigger than Little Joey. I'm faster than Little Joey. I just do everything better. So there's a lot of what is, and what it is I'm going to win. But as far as after the fact, I really don't have a lot of plans. I just want to get this fight done. I need this fight for myself. Like I said, even before on CFL, I need this fight. He wants this fight. So I just think I need to focus on Little Joey, and there's really no other plans as far as SEB goes. But I'll definitely still be in the commentating booth, of course, and then continue what I'm doing with the main card and blowing that shit up because everyone knows it will.
Well, alrighty. Listen, gentlemen, we have said a lot, and there is a lot still to say. However, we're not going to be able to say everything today. I want to ask this question. What are our predictions for this fight? I'll let you just discuss amongst yourselves as to who goes first.
Go ahead, John. Go ahead.
I think it doesn't go past the second for me. I want to get past it first just because, last time I didn't get that far. So I want to get to the second round, see what that feels like. And then I'll go in for the kill and end him however I want. I know he's afraid. I know he's going to have a lot of adrenaline build up in that ring. He's going to be jumping up and down. He's not going to know what to do. And I'm going to be a lot more relaxed because I know who's in front of me. And it's
Don't worry, John. No one's scared of John the main card. No one's scared of John the main card. No one ever scared. No one ever said you were scared of me, Brody. No one ever said.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be.
No one ever said.
Looking in front, like looking at.
Dude, I'm confident. I'm confident. That doesn't mean I had that. You have to be scared of me. Okay.
No, I just think I know what's in front of me. And
the next time you see somebody tremble because of you, please let me know because
it's like, can you shut the fuck up? It's like everything you say is like boring as fuck. How is it that I have more enthusiasm, I'm a lot more vibrant, I'm a lot more engaged with this than you were. The last time it was reversed. I just want the same energy as we got last time. I don't know, maybe because you drank 6 energy drinks before this interview even happened. Maybe that's why.
This is greens. They're greens. No caffeine, buddy.
We all know like that you drink like a shit ton of energy drinks. So maybe that's why you're fucking all over the place. But anyways,
maybe you should try it. Because you have zero energy right now.
I'm good.
Zero energy.
I'm good.
You want an update? Do you want an update? We got 4 different flavors. 10% off, Little Joey. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
That's what. No. I'm good. I'm done. Don't go past the second round. But Little Joey, go ahead.
No, I think it's going to be a stoppage in the second round, probably late in the second round. I think John will probably gas out because yes, I do think he's going to be at a lower weight, so it's going to be a lot easier for him to like move around and be able to kind of use the tools he's learned in boxing, which I feel like his last fight, he was a lot heavier. It was a lot harder to it was more protection and defense rather than just full on attacks. So I think we're definitely going to get a better version of John. I just think he's going to gas out.
Well, all right, gentlemen. Listen, is there any final words before we get out of here?
Fuck you, John.
Stupid ass tattoo you got on your hand. You're corny as fuck, bro.
What's
go to the tattoo shop and ask for that on my fucking hand. So
that's fine. No, I'm glad you didn't ask corny. Because it's my tattoo.
Corny. So corny. Fuck you, John. Fuck you, man. No, I don't got nothing to say to this fucking clown, dude. He's so funny to look at.
Boring.
Go make your ones.
Boring.
Go make your ones tomorrow at the strip club. Go make sure you make
boring. Boring, Johnny boy. Boring, Johnny boy.
That's the definition.
Well, listen, I do not know what is boring, but Breakout
Johnny boy.
Listen, I do not know what is boring, but Breakout 06 definitely will not be, and that includes main card versus Little Joey, which is going down on the biggest Breakout event yet. 15 plus fights! Get your Eventbrite tickets below if they are available now, and stay tuned if you can't make it for Breakout Boxing BUSHIDO! We will see you at the fights.